Alright, so you see me put it in the pot. Now I already added the shrimp in. You want to kind of saute it in like so. And you want to stir it around until your onions are translucent, which means they are not of white color anymore. They're kind of clear. What's going on, truck and tubes? It's once again that time to watch this old truck driver cook. So, welcome to another episode of Cooking with yours truly. Alright, so today we're going to be cooking some jambalaya, New Orleans style. We call it New Orleans style. Pretty good stuff, right? So, pretty much what they want to do, and I'm going to grab my stuff from here. What you'll need is, let me start here. Stuff. Here we go. Need shrimp. You'll need some celery. 1 bell pepper. I have an onion in the fridge. You need an onion, at least a ½ a cup. I have half an onion. Chicken. Andouille. I use all that stuff, the easy stuff. I know it's horrible, isn't it? Alright. And you also need rice. I use the minute rice. It helps me in my Instant Pot. As well as chicken broth to help make your base for your stock. What else we got here? That's for lunch. Alright, so all that good stuff. You also need some Worcestershire sauce, some kosher salt to season your chicken with when you're cooking, olive oil, pepper, cayenne pepper, thyme, and your Tony's Creole seasoning. I got some Tony's somewhere in here. So we're going to use the Tony's Creole seasoning in the Instant Pot. So what I'm going to start out with is we're going to actually brown the, well, first we're going to rub the shrimp. Which instead of rubbing, I believe I'm just going to kind of shake everything up in one little spot here. There we go. It's all still frozen. So you want to throw your Creole in there. So let me grab some Creole for you guys. Should have had that readily available. See, I always got my Tony's. Good to go. Alright, so I'm going to dump a little bit of Tony's. I'm going to shake it, put it on the shaker side. You don't want to dump too much. Shake it in there. Good to go. Kind of like shake and bake. Yeah. Well, that doesn't look like I have enough. I always can use some more Tony's. Bless me. Alright, so you got your shrimp. Rub down with your Tony's, as you can tell. I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. Put it in the bag. Do it like that. Alright. I'm going to grab the cutting board, the trusty cutting board. Alright, folks. Set it on top of the pot. Got my knife. Good to go. So what you'll do is you kind of want to have everything ready. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to cut open the andouille. Be very careful. Cut away from yourself. I am not responsible for you having kitchen injuries. Oh my gosh. Shoo! Good Lord. That's some spicy Tony's. Alright. So I'm going to take it out here. I'm going to stick one at a time on the board, on the cutting board here. Always, if you're in a truck, fine. You can get the Clorox Anywhere wipes. They're safe for food surfaces. It's really good. So you'll end up doing that. Oh, if I can get this last one out. There we go. Alright. Always, like I said with the Clorox Anywhere wipes, always sanitize your surface after you have used any kind of meat on a cutting board. You don't want any kind of cross-contamination or any kind of sickness, foodborne illnesses, anything like that. Especially in your truck. You don't want to do that. Now what you want to do is you want to cut these into like small pieces like so. Get that. As soon as you get that first initial end cut, you should be good to go. Alright. So y'all get to watch this, and I'm going to work a little TV magic. So once you have your cooking, your andouille done, what you want to do is you just want to slowly kind of put that into your pot, your Instant Pot. I got this below my cutting board just to show you guys that you put it in there. There we go. Don't want to too much there. All right, wonderful. All right, now we'll get the cooking board out the way just here shortly for just a little bit. All right, shake it around, make sure we're good. Now what you want to do is you want to add a little bit of oil to the bottom on each side, just a little bit, and then so you can brown and cook your andouille. Really want to be able to cook it. So you put it in your Instant Pot, put your pot back in there, your inner pot goes in your Instant Pot. Excuse me, sorry. And you want to set it on saute. Alright, so I'm going to get it up here and we're going to do saute. See you guys in a minute. So what you want to do is you want to, after you put it on the saute mode, kind of stir everything around there. You're going to cook it. It's going to take it about maybe 6 minutes or less. I'd say a little less since this is already pre-packaged. You just want to kind of get it good and going. And sometimes they're cooked almost all the way through, or they come a little pre-cooked, but I want to kind of warm it up. I always want to warm it up a little bit. I know you're going to see me in the shot here a little bit. Alright, I don't know if you guys can really see what's going on. I think you can. Alright, so once you got that going, you see it's kind of starting to sizzle a little bit. Just kind of let it sit there for a minute, let it do its thing. There it goes, it's starting to sizzle now. Right, so on to the chicken after you're done cooking. So after you're done cooking your andouille, see it's already starting to sizzle real good. Just kind of stir it around. But like I said, you'll add your chicken next. And your chicken is awesome. That's the awesome part. But after you're done cooking your andouille, you'll kind of push it to the side. So like I said, I got that a little warm, about a minute or two, like I said. So that's what you want to do. So I'm gonna let this cook for a minute, and then we'll get on to doing the chicken. So as you can see, and you can hear this pot still sizzling. You want to cut it off while you're preparing your chicken. So, because I already got that taken care of, what you want to do is you kind of want to cut your chicken into like chunks or strips, however you want to do it. Because I kind of want to do it into strips. And you want a good boneless, skinless chicken breast or tenderloin or whatever you want to do with it, and kind of cut it into nice little chunks. And I'm going to cut that in half. So you kind of want good little pieces right there. Kind of cut them in half a little bit. So there you go, you got that. Alright, so it's going to take a little bit for me to finish these. So while I finish these, I'm going to work a little TV magic, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so I'm done with the cutting the meat. I'm going to go ahead and wipe my hands with the Anywhere wipe. So well as take my knife here, and I'm going to take the sharp edge and put it up so I don't cut myself. You just want to run it across your blade and it will disinfect. There you go. Alright, so we're good there. Wonderful. We're going to put that aside. And now what you want to do is you're going to take it, you're going to put it in your Instant Pot and add just a little bit more oil. And then you're going to saute that again on the saute setting and kind of mix it up and brown your chicken a little bit. But what you want to do is you want to add, while it's in the pot, you're going to add the kosher salt and your ground black pepper. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So like I said, you put it in your pot, slide it off in there. And I'm going to have to re-disinfect my cutting board and my knife, but it's good to do it a couple times. Now, like I said before, you want to take your kosher salt, and of course it's like little block salt, you know, kind of like real coarse. So you want to shake it in there on it pretty good, just a good bit. All right, it's covered, good to go. Close your kosher salt up, put it back. Here's your black pepper. Open it up and pepper the pretty good on your meats, so when you stir it up it should cook really good. And all you want to do is you just want to brown it on both sides here. I'm going to pick the pot up, I'm going to put it back on the saute mode, and it's going to work pretty good there. And you want to add just a little bit more oil before you get good and going, so I'm going to add a little bit more right here. Alright, good to go, wonderful. And we'll end up stirring that around in the pot. Looks pretty good. You hear it starting to ramp up again. It does it pretty quick. It doesn't take too long for it to get real hot. So that's good. Pretty good stuff. I got it in the floor. I always have my pot in my floor. I don't actually put it on the put it on a counter or anything because I don't want to melt any plastic inside my truck. Yay! It's working. So what you want to do is you want to brown it. Like I said, you just want to brown all this stuff. And then after you're done, you want to add your shrimp after you brown it. And you kind of just want to cook your shrimp a little bit. You don't want to do much. And you'll just remove all that later. Alright. Alright, so it's starting to brown a little bit. You see it? You can probably see it from here. It browns just a little bit. You want to brown everything. Now if it gets too fast, like if it starts browning way too fast or if everything starts cooking too fast, you want to kind of turn it off. Turn the saute mode off, let the pot cool down, and put it back on. And try again. So it seems like this is cooking pretty well. Looks like the salt and pepper is working really good. The kosher salt really kind of does the trick. It helps it brown, but it doesn't help it do it too fast. I don't know what it is about it, but it helps. Alright, so we got that. We're good to go as far as the awesome, cool stuff. I re-sanitized all my utensils, my knife, and my cutting board there. I'm going to set all these stuff aside. So pretty much what you want to do next is you want to remove your andouille and your chicken and put them on like a plate or a bowl. And you want to set them aside until you're ready to add them back in. Normally what I would do is I would put this in a bowl, but I don't have a bowl today. Alright, so you just want to brown your chicken and just barely cook your andouille, because all this stuff will cook when you put it back in for the last time to pressurize it in the pot, because this is going to be a pressurized thing. What you want to do is you want to, I took the easy way out and got celery stalks already cleaned and cut and everything, but they're resealable, so I can eat those as a snack later on, which is awesome. So we'll open these. You want to grab enough at least for a cup. I'll grab maybe, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 7 of them, so it should be all right. And I'll set the trash to the trash bag here. And you always want to have a trash bag on standby anytime you're cooking. Alright, so everything's already been re-sanitized, as I said before, so don't worry. I know you probably think, oh, we didn't do it. Well, I did it. No worries. Alright, so I'm going to set them up like so. It's not like old Hell's Kitchen or Chef Ramsay or whatever. My parents love him. Alright. I'm going to set them up like so. I'm just going to, there we go, cut them up. Boom, right there. Perfect. I don't think that's going to be quite a cup. About to find out. I got a little cup. With your Instant Pot, you get a little cup. It's like a little measuring cup, and it helps you determine how much ingredients you have, as far as like liquids you're using, or if you're putting certain ingredients in, stuff like that. There's also at your local Barnes & Noble retailer, actually I think that's going to end up being a cup, so that's going to be wonderful. It's going to be more than a cup, so especially with more than I have more than enough. I have more than a pound, what it calls for, so I'm going to put more than what's in there. So there we go. Alright folks, I'm about done here. Yeah, I think that was a good bit. Alright, you want to just be really careful and don't cut yourself. There we go. Alright, so I already got the celery good to go, and I just wanted to do that before I put my shrimp in the Instant Pot. I'm actually going to dump that in now, and I'm going to put a little bit more Tony's on top of it too. I like it spicy, and plus it ain't authentic Creole without spice. So, or Cajun. I love Cajun food. Cajun's my favorite to make. I love making jambalaya. Oh, excuse me. I know you guys seen the last video of jambalaya. I think this one might be a little bit better. I don't know if you guys, I don't know which one that was, but I will leave a link for that, and there will also be a card for it. So it'll be in the video. So if you're not going to be clicking in the description below, you can always click on screen to see that. So if you want to watch that one first, you can. You can pause it here, and I'll wait. I'll be right here when you get back. Seriously, go do it. Anyway, so got that. I'm gonna put my shrimp in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna saute that in just a little bit. I actually want to finish up my vegetables so we can kind of show you guys how we do it. So as far as what it's calling for here, oh my gosh, good lord, so much stuff. I'm gonna set these aside for now. I'm gonna get my bell pepper here. I got my onion in the fridge, so I'll grab it in a little bit. Now what I'll do is I'll cut the very top off the bell pepper. That's just what I do. I guess that's good to do. All right, and that cuts off the stem, and you can still cut up your top of your bell pepper. So what you want to do is you want to cut the inner guts out like so. You want to kind of want to cut around the edges there. Let's see here. That should be just fine for your bell pepper. So what you do is you'll dig in here, grab, and pretty much it all comes out. Pretty much good stuff right there. That's a good trick I learned from my mom. Kind of cutting these up a little bit, just dicing them, just cutting them into like little chunks. I'm going to set those aside. Of course, these are going to go into the pot later on. Perfect. So what you do is you'll cut your bell pepper in half again, like we did in previous videos. I'm not sure. There's quite a few videos that I've made. All right. So as you'll kind of want to cut these into strips like so. I'm going to work a little TV magic. You guys just sit back and watch. Alright, so you see me put it in the pot. Now I already added the shrimp in. You want to kind of saute it in like so. And you want to stir it around until your onions are translucent, which means they are not of white color anymore. They're kind of clear. So you want them kind of clear. Just stir everything in. And as you can see, I added a little bit of chicken broth in the bottom, just to deglaze the pot. And as it's sauteing, oh, it's going to be really, really good. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we got it stirred. And our it should be translucent here in a little bit. So it shouldn't take too much longer. As you can see, my shrimp's a little pink still, which means it's cooking almost all the way through. Didn't really intend for that to happen, but it kind of happened. Now you can kind of make it any way you want, but it'll still come out really good. Alright. Onions are doing pretty well so far. So what you want to do is you want to add in your ingredients, like your chicken and your andouille that you took out before. So you want to stir that in, make sure it's really good. You also want to put in your rice. Your rice would be your last thing, and you stir it all around in there, and it's going to be really good. All right. And you just make sure nothing's stuck to the bottom of your pan. So I'm going to add a few things of rice. I use the minute rice because, like I said, I take the easy way out. It's just easier for me in my Instant Pot, because I don't have easy access to a kitchen sink. It kind of sucks. So I'm using jasmine rice. You can use wild rice, brown rice, whatever rice you want. Jasmine seems to work the best in an Instant Pot, in which it won't take much. And it doesn't have a lot of starch in the jasmine, so it'll cook easier. But also, don't forget to rinse. If you're using rice out of a bag or rice out the box, you want to use it. You want to just you want to rinse your rice first before you cook it, because it can put a lot of starch and glaze on the bottom of your pot. There we go. Let me add all that. I'm going to add about 4, because this is going to be, it makes about 6 servings, and it's close to what they're asking for on the pot recommendation. All right. And plus, rice is something I've been kind of doing lately with a lot of my foods. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Everything stirred up. Now we want to get it down here, kind of stir everything up real good. This is kind of, oh Lord. And you want to kind of get everything stirred up real good. And this might take you a little bit to get it all stirred up, because that rice right there, if you're using minute rice like I am, it really takes a minute to get it unstuck from itself, because it's kind of somewhat halfway cooked, but it's not cooked all the way. So it only takes a little bit, because that's just like your microwavable microwavable minute rice, and you don't want to have microwavable minute rice. Sorry folks, I think my shoulder's been in the way for this whole time. Been hacking away at this rice. So you just want to kind of put it in there and do it like so, and it's almost done. All right, I'm about done with it. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more broth to the mix here, and not much. You don't want to add too much. Technically, you want to add for your broth, and don't forget to add in your garlic. You want to add in your 2 teaspoons, and technically your 2 cups come actually from your broth. So you want 2 cups of broth, and there we go. I think it's about half of your dealie there. Let me add a little bit more. And so it's about half. I usually judge it by that. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. So you take your dealie here, your garlic, and you put in, let me see. I'm looking at the recipe now, folks. Sorry. Taking me a minute. So the garlic, it's actually 1.5 cups of rice. Sorry folks, I told you wrong. I'm gonna put a little garlic in there. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of garlic in there. I'm going to stir that around. So I'm going to stir it around a little bit more in there. 1 teaspoon of garlic will do it. It'll make it really good. There we go. Now, it also calls for bay leaves if you're doing the Creole version. The Cajun version, you can leave it out. Cajun is more for the Cajun dish is like when you're those from Louisiana that settled in the swamps, and Creole is actually from the city of New Orleans. Good stuff. So I like to use Creole seasoning in Cajun dishes, so it's really, you know, it's just how I prefer. You can do it however you'd like. Now that we're done with that, we actually, so we're good to go there. So now watch, I'm sorry, my fat arm's in the way. So after we're done with that, we want to put that on, or lid on. We're going to turn the Instant Pot off. And I'm actually going to pull the pot up here so I can kind of show you guys. Alright. So you want to press manual right here on your Instant Pot. And you want to go down here. You want to do a 7 minutes and let it set it on there. So you just want to set it down, and pretty much once you close it and set it to sealing, it'll do the rest. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, folks, we've had yet another successful cooking video. Wonderful. So it was fun making the dish, and I'm actually trying to finish waiting on it to cook. So if you guys like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Ding! Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos if you're new here. Don't forget to follow me on the socials, on the Twitter and the Facebook, so on the links down in the description down below, as well as the video will be in the description down below as well as there will be a card to the last video. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to share it with your friends as well. So yeah, I think that's it. I covered that in like 2 seconds, it feels like. So I hope you guys really like it. I'm looking forward to doing the next one for you, and until next time.